हेलो एवरीवन। सो वीडियो स्टार्ट करने से पहले चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर देना और जो लाइक बटन है उसको प्रेस कर देना, ताकि और बेल आइकन भी प्रेस कर देना ताकि हमेशा नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाए जब भी हम कोई नया वीडियो अपलोड कर रहे हैं तो। और अब आज का वीडियो स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो आज का वीडियो जो टेक्यॉन का जो एक्सपीरियंस रहा है साक्षी के साथ, तो उसके बारे में है। तो आज हम लोग इसके बारे में पूरा डिस्कशन करेंगे और कोडिंग राउंड से स्टार्ट होगा, इंटरव्यूज़ वगैरह के बारे में पूरा डिस्कशन करेंगे और जो भी सजेशंस है और टिप्स है जो शेयर करना चाहती है तो उसके बारे में हम लोग बात करेंगे। तो अब ये वीडियो स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो सबसे पहले एक इंट्रोडक्शन से स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो साक्षी, कैन यू इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ?
Hi, I'm Sakshi. I'm from VIT Vellore, pursuing CSC. I have a CGPA of 9.27 and I'm placed at Takeon. Like
ओके
2 months back, I had got my placement at Takeon.
ओके। सो जो फर्स्ट राउंड होता है वो कोडिंग राउंड होता है। सो इफ़ वी टॉक अबाउट द नंबर्स ऑफ पीपल, लाइक नंबर ऑफ पीपल हु हैव अप्लाइड फॉर दिस कंपनी and the total number of people who have been selected for this company. So can you share some numbers on this?
Yeah, like for Takeon, only like CSC, IT, and EC people were allowed to fill up the form.
Okay.
And then after filling up the form, a shortlist came. Like those who were able to attend the online test. It was 196 in number. So basically, the shortlisting was done on CGPA basis.
Okay.
It was done on CGPA basis. So then after that, like we had the online test, and then after the online test, 34 were shortlisted for the interview rounds. And then like after the we had we had two technical interviews and one HR. But after like as gradually it proceeded with the interviews, we did not know the number. At the end, we got the shortlisting, like 15 were selected. So like
Okay.
it was communicated personally.
Okay. So like for the next rounds, like interviews, the individual mails were sent, so we don't have the exact numbers for that. So now if we move
No,
with the
yeah.
next round, that is the coding round. So like how many questions were there and what was the pattern for that and the difficulty level for the questions and the timing for that entire round?
Okay, for the online question, it was conducted on Hacker Earth, and we had two coding questions of medium level
Okay.
and 14 MCQs based on the core subjects like OS, GBMS, C programming was there, and the time limit was 90 minutes. We don't know the cutoff, but like 34 were shortlisted after attending the exam.
Okay. So this was about the coding round. Now if we move with the next process, that is interviews. और इंटरव्यूज में लाइक टोटल कितने राउंड्स थे और उसका जो इंटायर प्रोसेस था वो कैसा था?
Okay, so interviews में तीन rounds थे, like two technical round and one HR round. So like some of my teammates had three technical round and one HR, but I personally had two technical and one HR round. So like going on to the like rounds, in the first technical round, I was asked questions on OOPS, like starting from abstraction, polymorphism, everything which I know in OOPS was asked. So then going on to DBMS, they asked me about normalization, transactions, and like main things of DBMS. And then like I know that person, after all this, he asked me about the internship which I had done. So I had done one internship in HP. So he had asked me about that in detail. So this continued for like 1 hour, and then I got the mail for the second interview within 5 minutes. And then in the second interview, like first he was like, okay, tell me something about your resume. So I was going through it, and then he stopped at one point. Like I was a part of GDG in college, like which is now DSC. So I think that person was also part of GDG in his college, so he was discussing me about that only. And then he went on to like OS. He straight away went to OS, and he continued in OS. Like he was the first person who told me to write all the codes of all scheduling algorithms in Java, and he was actually seeing the code and telling me like, okay, you have error over here. So all like four scheduling algorithms I've written in Java. Then after that, he asked me a lot of questions, the DSA basic questions, like array based question. One I remember was sort colors question was there. Like like 1, 0, and 2 are given, so you have to sort it.
Yes, yes.
That was there, and then linked list questions were there. Like find the 1 by kth element and looped questions. So yeah, he asked me 7 to 8 DSA based questions. So this was it with the second round. It was also of 1 hour. And then after that, I got the HR mail after 2 hours. So it was in the evening. So in HR, she was like, she was very sweet. She first told me like, basic HR questions, strengths, weaknesses. Then after that, why do you want to join the company? And and then she told me like start with your resume about each and every details about your projects and internships. So she was noting it down, like she was taking notes. So yeah, I had to again walk her through my resume fully. Yeah, so this was it. And at the end, she was just discussing with me like I had made different projects. Two were on DSA. So she was asking like how did you make it and all. It was not technical, but yeah, she went into details regarding my projects. So
Okay.
yeah, these were the 3 rounds.
Okay. So this was all about the interview. So basically, we had 3 rounds, two technical and one HR. So, and the question that she has mentioned for sorting, that is based on 0, 1, and 2. So this question I've already solved, and I'll put the link in the description. So now if we move ahead with the strategies that you have followed for your preparation. So can you share some points on this?
Yeah, so personally, I would like to say like those who all are in second year and going to third year. So like they should use their that summer vacation after second year and between third year for coding, because we have a lot of opportunities in internships and all like which come. So I personally had like I had given all the exams for internship. So I went in Microsoft till the HR. So after that I cracked some like visa and all. So like I wish I would have done it a bit better in that vacations, so it would have helped me a lot. But personally for placements I had practiced from GFG and lead code and HackerRank. So, in lead code, I remember there's top 100 liked interviews and top 100
Top
interview
interview
questions.
questions. Yes, yes.
Top interview question. Like those two are like must. Medium level, I think everyone should do all the questions from there. And hard as much as you can, because mostly hard questions won't come, but medium level will definitely come. Easy never comes. And GFG, if you're going for like just before the placements, you have to brush up your skills. You can go for the must do list which is there. And for that, and then you have company based question, like before a company comes you can sit with the company based question and get it done. And if you're
Okay.
starting from the beginning of like third year, then you should do first topic wise questions and then get thorough with it, and then you can go to the top 100 liked and must do questions. So this is
Okay.
what I had done.
Okay. So mainly she has mentioned three websites, that is LeetCode, HackerRank, and Geeks for Geeks. So you should try these websites if you are like not sure about which website to choose. So now if we move with another topic, that is peer coding or group studies, that usually happens in colleges, and like people are a part of it or students are a part of it. So how can you like share the benefits of this in the like placement preparation?
You know what, like I have studied with a friend of mine, like not peer, like only one friend. So we have studied together throughout the placements. So I personally believe it depends on the person you're studying with. Like that guy was also 9 pointer, so we had the same level of studying. If you study with a person who doesn't study, it makes no sense. So it had benefited me a lot. And and so we used to do like topic wise questions, because if you're doing with someone else, then it's better like if you cannot solve a question, you don't need to see the solution. That person can give you some idea and you can crack it. So I have done like throughout my placements for those lockdown times, 3 4 months I've studied with him only. So yeah, it helped me a lot, but it depends on the kind of person you are. So if you're comfortable, you should go for peer studies.
Okay. So mainly peer coding is very helpful, and it is suggested to have some group so that you can like help each other out, and it also helps you ultimately. Now, if we talk about clubs and chapters that most of the colleges have, so what is the importance of this in the placement scenario?
See, personally, I was a part of 4 chapters, like GDG, ACM, Code Chef, and Renovate. I was chosen for technical. So like in placements it doesn't help that much, but you get you get to know a lot of people, so they can guide you during placements and all. So that is very helpful. And secondly, the projects which you are making in your, if you're working in your chapter and club, so you will definitely make some projects over 3 years. So that is something which you can add on to your resume. Otherwise you have to make projects separately just before your placement starts, or when you're in third year. So in that way, chapters are really helpful, and it makes you a bit extrovert. The people who are introvert, it makes them extrovert. So it helps in your personality development also. So I would suggest people to join chapters and clubs. Not many, but join something.
Okay. So it's always useful to join any clubs or chapters because they have many benefits. Now, if like in this time, like all of the interviews are done virtually. So what are your suggestions for virtual interviews, and what are the pros and cons that you have felt for this?
I don't think so. Like virtual interviews and face-to-face interviews are not different. It's almost the same. Only there are some issues in virtual, like net connection will go off, and things like that may happen. That's it. But I personally believe that virtual it's better because many a times I've seen people shivering in front of the interviewers. So if you're sitting face to face, it can be seen and the person understands. But if you're in your room, it's way more comfortable, and you can calm yourself down, because if you go to the pat office, it's really very scary
Yeah.
inside. So yeah, it's
Okay.
way more calming in your house. Just those technical issues may occur, otherwise it's better virtually.
Okay. So basically, virtual interviews have won over the on-campus interviews because they have some pros that is not found in on-campus interviews. So now if we talk about the colleges, so what all we can do in colleges so that we can be more productive and it can help in our placements also.
In colleges, the firstly which mistake I had done, like we have so many subjects, okay, but we don't make project. We get it, okay, we have this subject, we'll ask this senior for the best project possible and get 95, 96, but we don't make projects. So it is a drawback when you are, submitting your resume, because that time you need 3 to 4 projects which you know thoroughly. So at that time, at the end moment, you have to sit down and make projects. So it's better if you make like first semester 2 to 3 projects on your own. Also, that's better for putting in your resume, and you don't have any workload later. So this is one thing which we can do in colleges, but we don't. But I would suggest people to do it.
Okay.
It's really helpful if you have projects from beforehand. And talking about the internships, like in summertime, you can try and get more internships, because it plays an important role in your resume. Your HR will definitely see your projects and internships.
Okay. So we can use our colleges like college time by these things. So now if we talk about the projects and work experience that we have in like that we can get in our colleges. So what importance it has in the selection process?
As I said, projects, uh, like it depends on the company. People mostly say that DSA is important, but like for example, there are 5 to 6 students who are equally good in DSA, because definitely everyone will study for placements. So everyone will have a basic sense of DSA. Maybe if you're not like a star student, then you will know as much as others know. But if you have a better project than others, then you get a plus point there by the interviewers. Like I have seen people getting rejected even in the first round of interview, because they did not have that good project, or they did not know that much about the project. So it's a myth saying that only DSA is asked. They will definitely ask something from your resume, and you have to be thorough with your resume. So yeah, you should make projects in college.
Okay.
and
And one, yes,
and
please.
you should keep one good internship, like in a good company. Like I had an HP, so that was a plus point, because like all the 3 interviews were focusing on that only. Like, okay, you have done an internship with HP, so one
Okay.
good internship is helpful, getting selected.
Okay. So like both of these are very helpful. And as far as for the projects is concerned, we should not like copy it from others, or we should not like take it from internet, because like there are some website which like already provide the entire code for that. So we should have some 2 to 3 projects for like on our own. So these will be very helpful on our resume. And if we like try to give some final tips for the juniors who will be sitting for the placements or internships in the future, so what all you will suggest?
So, as tips, like talking to the second years and the third years, firstly, I would say increase your CGPA. If you are around 8.9, make it 9 above. Like, try your best, because this time we have seen in placements, like even in my company, only 9 pointers were able to sit for the online test. Like, keep aside the thing of cracking the exam and everything, you have to. So, 9 pointer is important, I personally feel.
Okay.
So you should, if you're in second year, you have a lot of chance to increase it. I've seen one person who had 8.7 and now he's 9.3. So he had worked hard to do that, maintain CGPA. You never know the shortlisting. And secondly, like I've seen people like, you go for one interview, second two interviews, and you are like, और नहीं होगा, अब अब
Okay.
placement ही नहीं होगा, ये सब होता है. But my seniors told me this, and it was true. When I got placed, I thought, वो बोलते थे कि अरे 500 कंपनीज आएंगी, तुमको बस एक दिन चाहिए उसमें से.
Mhm.
So मतलब it's very disheartening when you don't get selected, but you should you should keep on working, because I've seen people जो एक दो में होने के बाद नहीं पढ़ते हैं, छोड़ देते हैं पूरा, तो फिर तो कभी नहीं होगा. So this is one tip. And if you are in third year, start preparing from now only, because everyone will prepare in those 2 months, like summer break. If you start preparing ahead, you get a chance to get placed earlier.
Okay. So those are very valuable tips. So if you are like following them, so you'll definitely get better. And that was all about this video. So I hope you liked this video. And if you liked it, you can press the like button and subscribe the channel. And if you have any doubts, you can put them in the comments below. So thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you in another video. So till then, goodbye.